Good morning, students. How are you all? Okay, hope you all are doing well with your studies. So today we are here to start up our next chapter, that is chapter number 8, and the name of the chapter is Sultanate period. So in this chapter we are going to discuss down in detail about the Sultanate period. As the Sultanate period, you came to know that it belongs to the history. So definitely this chapter is actually the history of our country. So we are just going to discuss down the history in detail. The main things that to be included down in this chapter, that we will discuss the establishment of Delhi Sultanate, and along with that the dynasties of the Delhi Sultanate. Okay, so you all are aware with the city that is Delhi. So we are just here to discuss down that in detail. So before starting the topic or before starting the chapter, just look at the let's go. Delhi had been the capital and a very important city for many years. So bring an atlas to the class or find out the following information. So what you have to do, you just have to take down the map of India, and on the map you have to mark down the location of Delhi. So whenever we have a class or whenever I have a conversation of you with the youth, so definitely I will ask you to show me your map where you mark down the place or the city that is located down there is Delhi. Okay, so which river passes through Delhi? So the main Yamuna river is considered to be passes down through Delhi. How many states around Delhi? So students, when you fill up the map and represent the Delhi in that, so definitely you can able to fill out the other places that are near the Delhi as well. So now we are just going to start our chapter. So Delhi has been an important center of power for many rulers. So many rulers came to from the Central Asia, Lahore, Kabul, and they ruled on the Delhi. So now we are just going to discuss down in detail about these rulers and why these rulers came to India. Now we are going to understand the establishment of the Delhi Sultanate. Students, actually the Delhi Sultanate is a part of medieval history. So now we are going to start up with that. The rulers, as I told you earlier, that we are going to discuss down about the different rulers that came in the Delhi Sultanate. Okay, so the first ruler that is there is Mahmud of Ghazni. Okay, so the time period for Mahmud of Ghazni in 1998 CE. CE is actually representing the common era. So in 1998 CE, Mahmud became the ruler of Ghazni, that is now in Afghanistan, and he was well known for defeating his kingdom against the attack from other rulers of Central Asia. So the rulers from the Central Asia attacked down, and definitely he defeated that, and after that he came into the rule and popularly known as Mahmud of Ghazni. Mahmud of Ghazni actually attacked 17 times on the Indian subcontinent, as it is written down. Let 17th raids means surprise attack on the enemy. So he tried to attack on the Indian subcontinent for the 17 times, and the first attack took place in 1001 CE. CE, as I told you earlier, it is representing the common era, and the last one is on in 1026 CE. Okay, so the main motive of Mahmud Ghazni is just to loot down the richer kingdoms. Okay, so he does not pay much more attention to the smaller kingdom. So the main attention that is given by Mahmud to the richer temples, to the towns, for the gold purpose only. He just want more and more wealth. That is the reason he started attacking on the different subcontinents. So as Indian subcontinent is actually representing the southernmost part, and in Indian subcontinent the nearest countries that came here is India, Pakistan, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and Nepal was there. Okay, so definitely by Mahmud Ghazni is indulging himself in the attack just to get a wealth from the enemies. Okay, so moving further, the next one about the Mahmud Ghazni, here is the description give. Did you know that Mahmud Ghazni attacked the Somnath temple for its riches? Just because the Somnath temple at that time period is considered to be a very rich temple, and he attacked on that just to get the wealth from there. Okay, so moving further, the location of Somnath temple is given in the map as well. If you want, you can able to locate it from the map. The red color is actually representing the Somnath temple. Further, the next ruler that came in the Delhi Sultanate is Muhammad Ghori. After Mahmud of Ghazni, the Indian subcontinent was attacked by the Muhammad Ghori of the Ghor regions. Okay, so the Ghor region is also situated in present day Afghanistan. आज के टाइम में जो घोर रीजन कहाँ पे था, that it is situated in the Afghanistan. Further, what happened? The Muhammad Ghori fought the two battles with पृथ्वीराज चौहान. दो battles, it means दो लड़ाइयाँ की उसने पृथ्वीराज चौहान के साथ, who was ruling over the northwestern part. Okay, so definitely that battle is known as the Battle of Trayan. So the name of the battle that is being fought down with the Prithviraj Chauhan is known as the Battle of Trayan. The first battle is actually won by the Prithviraj Chauhan, but on the second battle, definitely the Prithviraj Chauhan defeated down, and that occurred in 100 and 192 BC, 1192 CE. Okay, so CE is common era is representing. So definitely the second battle is being defeated down by Prithviraj Chauhan, and at that time period the new phase in the medieval history, एक नया फेज, एक नई चेंज बिल्कुल ही medieval history of India में हमें देखने को मिली. We have to see down the new phase of the medieval of history. The second battle of Tarayan, the ruler of Chauhans over the Delhi ended. The rules of Chauhans is now going to be end, because the Prithviraj Chauhan is there who is ruling on the Delhi at that time period, and the second battle is definitely defeated by the Prithviraj Chauhan. So that is the reason the Muhammad Ghori is came in the rule over Delhi. But that time the Muhammad Ghoris go back to the Ghor, and in Delhi he gives his slave there. Slave means अपने गुलाम, इसके अंडर जो काम कर रहा था, a trusted person. So he made there a slave for the ruling of the Delhi. Okay. Further, the name of the slave is Qutbuddin Aibak. Okay, so Aibak is considered to be the successor and became the first ruler of new empire in the Indian history, that is Delhi Sultanate. So successor means that person that came into the rule. So the Qutbuddin Aibak came into the rule just because the Prithviraj Chauhan lose the battle with the Muhammad Ghori. That is the reason he became the successor and new empire in the Indian history, that is known as Delhi Sultanate, came into the existence. He is known as the first successor of the Delhi Sultanate. If someone asks you who is considered to be the first successor mean the first person who came into the rule, so you have to name the Qutbuddin Aibak. Okay. So moving further, now we are going to discuss down about the different dynasties of the Delhi Sultanate. So there are 5 dynasties in the Delhi Sultanate that we are going to discuss down now. The first one is representing the Mamluk dynasty, and the second one is representing the Khilji dynasty, and the third one is Tughlaq dynasty, and the fourth one is Shahid dynasty, and the fifth one is representing the Lodi dynasty. Okay, so we are just going to discuss these dynasties in detail. The first one is Mamluk dynasty. So Qutbuddin Aibak, we had came to know that now it is going to be rule, he is going to be rule over the Delhi. So the main important ruler here is Qutbuddin Aibak. So foundation of Mamluk dynasty or the slave dynasty is being done by him. He is the founder of the slave dynasty, dynasty and the Mamluk dynasty. Further, here you can able to see the Iltutmish. Iltutmish, who is Iltutmish? Iltutmish ascended the throne over Aibak when Aibak is no longer in the rule. So Iltutmish controlled down the rule of this dynasty. Okay, moving further, the last one is the main ruler, not the last one, the Razia Sultan is there, and after the Razia Sultan there is Babur, who is considered to be the important ruler of this dynasty. Okay, so Saint Kutubuddin Baikar Kaki is there, Iltutmish is there, Razia Sultan is there, Babur is there. These are considered to be the important rulers of the Mamluk dynasty. Moving further, now we are going to discuss down about the Khilji dynasty. So what is there in the Khilji dynasty? Who is considered to be the founder of the Khilji dynasty? Jalaluddin Khilji is known as the founder of the Khilji dynasty, and he was succeeded by the Alauddin Khilji. So Alauddin Khilji captured the Ranthambore, Chittor and raided many kingdoms in the south. Rajay, what is included here कि यहाँ पे कैसे वो डेनेस्टी को अपने अंडर लेते थे विद द हेल्प ऑफ बैटल्स, विद द हेल्प ऑफ फाइट. अब कोई भी किसी भी डेनेस्टी पे अटैक कर देता था, अगर वो जीत जाता था, so definitely the whole dynasty came under that. Okay, so अलाउद्दीन खिलजी ने क्या किया था, कैप्चर किया था, अटैक करके बैटल करके कैप्चर किया था रणथंबोर, चित्तौड़ and raided a lot of kingdom that is there in the south, and that is the reason the Khilji dynasty came under their control. So Jalaluddin Khilji is considered to be the founder of the Khilji dynasty. Moving further, when the Khilji dynasty starts declining down, थोड़े टाइम बाद क्या हुआ, ये dynasty भी decline होनी शुरू हो गई. So the next dynasty that came into the rule is the Tughlaq dynasty. So what is there in the Tughlaq dynasty? The Tughlaq dynasty founder is known as Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Okay, so the name of the Tughlaq dynasty founder is Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, and after the death of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, his son Muhammad bin Tughlaq came into the throne. So he is going to control down that, and further that he shifted the capital from Delhi to Daulatabad, and after that again he shifted down that from Daulatabad back to the Delhi. This is the main step that weakens the Tughlaq dynasty. After that, the Firoz Shah Tughlaq came after the rule of the Muhammad bin Tughlaq. The Firoz Shah came down into the power of the Tughlaq dynasty, but the Firoz Shah is actually the cousin of the Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So he was actually known for the peace and stability. So he actually maintained down the peace in the kingdom. He did many of the charities and aid poor people, build number of colleges, build number of mosques there. So that is the reason he is very known or very important ruler of the Tughlaq dynasty. Okay, so moving further, the next one is actually representing the Shahid and the Lodi dynasty. So what is there in the Shahid and the Lodi dynasties? The first ruler of the Shahid dynasties who ruled Delhi was Khizar Khan. Okay, so he is the first ruler who was going to be ruled down there, and the time period for that is 1414 CE to 1451 CE. Okay, so after that there is the Babylon Lodi there, so who is going to capture the Delhi and establish down the Lodi dynasty there. So after that the Lodi dynasty came into the importance or came into the power, and the main important ruler that is there about of the Lodi dynasty is Ibrahim Lodi. So he is known as an important ruler of the Lodi dynasty. Okay, so here is the tabular presentation given. If you want to look at the important rulers, their time period, so you may look from this tabular presentation. This presentation is actually a very effective one and helps you a lot. So the first here you can able to see in the table, name of dynasty is there, Mamluk or Slave dynasty. The time period is 1206 CE to 1287 CE. The important rulers are Qutbuddin Aibak, Iltutmish and Razia Sultan. The second one is known as Khilji dynasty, 1290 CE to 1320 CE, and the important ruler here is known as Alauddin Khilji. The third one is representing the Tughlaq dynasty, time period 1320 CE to 1414 CE. So the important ruler here is Muhammad bin Tughlaq and Firoz Shah Tughlaq. And the fourth one is Shahid dynasty, 1414 CE to 1451 CE, and the important ruler here is Khizr Khan. Okay, the fifth one here is Lodi dynasty, and the time period for that is 1451 CE to 1526 CE, and the main important ruler here is Ibrahim Lodi. So this is the time period when Delhi Sultanate came into existence and grew up to the fullest. Okay, now the time came when the Delhi Sultanate came into decline, or the declining time of the Delhi Sultanate came in there. So the last ruler of Delhi Sultanate we had came to know with the table, that is Ibrahim Lodi. So Ibrahim Lodi is considered to be the last ruler of the Delhi Sultanate. One of the governor invited Baburs, a ruler from the Samarkand, to replace the Ibrahim Lodi. Now Babur was already facing lot of trouble in his kingdom at the Samarkand. He was attracted to the wealth of the subcontinent. He marched Delhi and defeated the Ibrahim Lodi in the battle. So again, the battle happened down with the Babur and Ibrahim Lodi in 1526 CE with the Delhi Sultanate, and definitely the Babur won the battle, and Delhi Sultanate finally goes to ended down. Finally the Delhi Sultanate goes to ended down, and Babur gains the whole control over Delhi and Agra, and after that new time period is started arising down there. So how we know about the Delhi Sultanate here? So we have number of historical studies as well. Number of historians are there with the help of coins, with the help of monuments, with the help of different creatures, with the help of writing. So with the help of different monuments, we came to know about the different periods. Okay, so there are different sources from where we get to know about the history. We get to know about the history of India. We get to know about our past as well. So similarly, with the help of these history, or with the help of these clue or written informations that we found down, we came to know about the Delhi Sultanate. So here is the picture given down, so you can able to see the Sultanate of Delhi between 1489 CE to 1515, that is representing the tomb of Sikandar Lodi. The tomb of Ghazia Saudi Tughlaq is already made down here, so you may look at this. So students, this is all about the chapter. Here we came to know about the rule of the Delhi Sultanate. The different rulers is going to rule over the Delhi Sultanate. The first one is representing the Mahmud of Ghazni. After the Mahmud of Ghazni, the Muhammad Ghori came here, and after Muhammad Ghori, the five densities are there. The first one is representing the Mamluk density, the second one is Khilji, and the third one is Tughlaq, and fourth one is Shahid, and fifth one is definitely the Lodi. Okay, so further we came to know that the Babur is the one who results in the decline of Delhi Sultanate. Babur attacked on the Ibrahim Lodi, and Delhi Sultanate came into the end, and after that the Babur get control over Delhi and Agra, and new period in the history, Indian history, arises down there. So hope you are clear with the chapter. So now what you have to do after watching the video, you have to read down the chapter from the book thoroughly by yourself, and after reading the chapter, make sure that you have to attempt the exercise that is given at the end of the book, and try to solve this exercise by yourself without taking the help of any other person.